Alright guys, welcome back to Food Aspire Home and Garden, and today we are making my favorite homemade chocolate chip ice cream. That's right, it's a vanilla ice cream with chocolate chips. So if you look at my counter right now, I have a vanilla coconut sugar, and I'm going to have 6 cans of Thai coconut milk. It has been put into the refrigerator, so it is part cream, part water, so I'm just going to use the cream part. And then also I have my 2 scoops of my unflavored gelatin, which you can see right there. And I will also be using about a tablespoon of salt. So for this recipe, there will also be cashew milks. There would be 2 cartons of them. And it is unsweetened, unflavored, or whatever you want to call it at the store. You can see it over here to your right. There it is. And that's what we're going to be using. It makes the best type of ice cream that you can have. I am making a big batch of it, and then of course I am using chocolate chips, which my chocolate chips are of course something that you need to put in about halfway through, or when your ice cream is totally has melted. It is a non-dairy ice cream. I think it's pashasha is how you say it, but I'm not exactly certain how you say it. And it is non-dairy, also nut-free, vegan-free, or vegan and paleo-friendly. It does have some sugar to it. So if you flip your coconut cream upside down in the can, that makes all the water come to the top and the bottom, so then you can dump out all of the water part of the heavy cream and keep all the heavy cream part and stick it into your pan, which works a lot better. As you can see that I am doing that here, but unfortunately with this batch, for some weird reason, it did come a little bit more watery, or not separated and not hardened as much. I had left this batch in the refrigerator for about a week or so, and I don't know why it was doing that. It was the weirdest thing, but anyway, here we go. Here's my big, huge, gigantic pot that I have here, and I've got all my coconuts cans with heavy cream lined up to the top, ready to go. And we're going to pour all these ingredients. And yes, that's right, we are going to use a whole entire bag of the vanilla coconut cream. And there's also extra vanilla in here, which I don't know that I have shown when I poured it in there. But there are, I don't know, maybe 3 tablespoons of vanilla in there. So I like vanilla. If you haven't paid attention to a lot of my stuff, I don't know, maybe you have, but I like a lot of vanilla, so that's why I have made so much in the past. So that's why I'm going to use a whole bag to a half bag of vanilla coconut sugar. Okay, I'm going to dump that thing in there. It's going to taste so good, believe me. It's not going to be sugary at all, but however you want to do it. This is actual 2 canisters full of that cashew milk and all this, coconut stuff anyway. So, it is a big, huge, gigantic batch compared to maybe 1 batch or something. This will fill up, not the whole entire thing, for the insert of the ice cream maker. And my ice cream maker is an old-fashioned ice cream maker. So I don't know where you can get these. I think you might actually be able to get all of them at the store. So it is really old, maybe not a garage sale, I don't know at this point in time. They may even have something better than what it does. But anyway, you want to make sure that you put your canister, whatever canister it is, into the freezer for 24 hours before you get started. I do have 2 bags of ice also that I'm working with. Okay. With this liquid, you want to make sure all your stuff is poured into the pan, okay? Into that big, huge pot. You want to give it a stir too when it's all fully mixed. After everything is all poured in here, you're going to also want to put the lid on it and make it boil. You want to make sure that it does come to a big, huge, gigantic boil, but you want to also make sure that you watch your stove because it will overflow, you know, because that is not very much, and I mean this, there's not very much to the top, and it will overflow all but anyway, over there is my freezer, and there's the burner tin set. So and just be careful. Gonna do is put the tin inside here. Put it on a slow, medium, high boil, and kind of keep a watch on it. Metal parts on here that everything cooks. You're gonna let it come to a boil, and there's a maybe probably like a little paddle thing that's plastic. Keep it at that boil for about 20 minutes or so. And then that's the point I don't even know how long the person who I got this from had it. But I know, I think they've had it for a very long time, though, because I remember getting ice cream as a child with this stuff. 2 cupfuls of your... it goes straight in gelatin. And at that point in time, really that is... Yeah, it kind of does need to go a certain direction. It does fit into there. Because those little cuppy things that I don't know if I showed it to you. And so does the top at this point in time. It goes right on top. There's a plastic thing. See the plastic. I don't know if I show it to you during this video or not. Over the top, but so it those 2 little scoopfuls or whatever you want to call them. That's kind of how the 4 tablespoons machine works. Okay. And then 4 tablespoons here in a minute be we're going to go back to see how everything is doing without making you want to test your ice cream mixture concoction thingy pretty often to see how it's doing. Right now we are just going want to check on it, you know, for test time so it's not burning and or putting all the ingredients into the pot. Stove, of course. Just to make sure that there's nothing. There's the salt. Teaspoon going to get salt. Burnt or whatever, you know, that sort of a thing. Give it a quick stir. Because, you know, the thing about cashew milk is that it does have some water probably in there because they thinned it out. So we're going to want a thicker consistency. And so we're trying to burn off or whatever you want to call, boil off the water, okay? As much as possible. Give it a taste too, heck, that's what I did. I gave it a taste. I'm about ready to put my lid on here. So here I'm going to go ahead and strain some of the liquid. There's like a crust or something that comes up on the back side of it. Make it boil for 20 of the liquid. Minutes. So I'm taking my colander and I'm getting all of that yucky stuff out of there. If you want, you can take it off the stove and do the same thing. But honestly, you're just going to cause more of a candy hard hassle for yourself. Actually, I'm using you can take it off too and pour it into a mixer if you really want to. That's up to you. It's a meat one, I didn't really want to do that, so I have my trusty hand mixer here that I'm going to get out in just a second. One of these days I'm going to have to buy one or something. I am sitting here and I am mixing the whole mixture together. Oh, and by the way, when I did lift off the lid, I am... Actually, this is the part where you want to put those 2 gelatin or 4 gelatin scoops in there. I did some scoops. It's an old scoop that's from something. But anyway, it worked out really well. And then there's the thermometer. Okay, yeah, it's a meat thermometer. That's the thingy I told you about. You want to mix it for a good, 15, 20 minutes, Get it all nice and thinned out. You want to take it off the heat too at this point in time. You don't want to leave it on too high of heat. You're trying not to get it into a gelatin-like state, but you want to just make sure that you're mixing it really, really good. And it's coming out thinner. Meanwhile, I'm also going to be getting out two forms of doing this, okay? So I got two examples for you. See how it's boiling? That's what we want. By the way, I got out two examples for you. I got a glass dish just in case you don't have an old-fashioned ice cream maker or some sort of ice cream maker at home. So here in a moment, I'm going to show you a glass dish version. So I took part of the mixture and made it in a glass dish, and part of it and made it in a ice cream maker. So then you have both options. And of course, both of these options are non-dairy. They're going to be the same exact thing. The only difference is that I did not put chocolate chips in this one because the thing about it is I would have had to set the timer or something, let it freeze for about probably 2 hours, and then put the chocolate chips inside of it. And I was just so busy that day, I did not get to do that whole thing. So instead, what I did was that I just topped it at the end. Okay. So you want to make sure that you just have your glass bowl. And it's a loaf pan is what it is. And then you just stick it into the freezer. Okay, you don't even need one ice cream maker if you don't have that option. So this is one of the other options that I used. And then you take the ice cream maker's container out of the refrigerator or freezer or whatever it is, freezer. And you get ready for that one too. Okay, if you do put the chocolate chips in here, you are going to melt them. And if you put the chocolate chips in right now in the freezer one, you're going to melt that one too. Okay, you don't want to melt your chocolate chips because it ends up being really bad. Okay, like chocolate. And if you want chocolate ice cream, do it. Maybe you get a swirl, I don't know. But which might be kind of fun. We might have to test that someday. But here I'm just going to put it on and put the ice cream on and, that sort of a thing. So, stay tuned to see what this ice cream mixture turns out to look like here. So I took it out of the freezer, you know, just wanted to do a quick one for you. You know, this did take about a full day to get this done. I wouldn't let the material or the ice cream, you know, go overnight if I were you, but that's up to you. So you can see that it's coming out of the dish here. Came out a little crystally, so that's why I said add the four tablespoons instead of just 2. It works better that way. And then these are, here in a minute, you're going to see my chocolate chips here go in. There we go. And then you're going to see the ice cream maker and see how it came out. Here we go. This is the ice cream maker one. And I did a cute little, you know, scenery there for you. So anyway, thanks for watching today, and I hope you enjoyed Food Aspires Home and Garden homemade ice cream. This one is not in our book, but it is something that we might put in a dessert book or something sometime. So if you want a recipe, I will show you it in the description below. And please like and subscribe to A Dairy-Free Ice Cream, and also for more information and recipes. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And bye for now.